I would have an opportunity, I would get an opportunity, I would call myself Leviticus TRAORE. Because, sincerely speaking, everybody, every Kenyan, every South African, every Ugandan, every Tanzanian, every Nigerian, every Ghanaian, they want to associate themselves with Ibrahim TRAORE, apart from politicians alone. But every other people, they really want to talk about Ibrahim TRAORE day in, day out, every moment. They just want to mention the name of Ibrahim TRAORE because Ibrahim TRAORE is a man here. Ibrahim TRAORE is the king of Africa. Today I'm giving you a video that I'm calling Ibrahim TRAORE a king of Africa. He's the king of Africa. He's the king of the continent. Because the whole continent right now, if you try to watch, you realize that it's the only Ibrahim TRAORE who is doing completely and totally different from other leaders, other presidents of other countries. The man who has guards is the man who is fearless, is the man who does not care about the consequences. He's the man who has got the interest of the people. He's a man who loves people. He's a man who loves the truth. He's a man who loves genuinity. He's a man who loves transparency. Okay? He's a man who loves accountability. He's a man who does not entertain nonsense at all. He doesn't take threats. Ibrahim TRAORE is the king of Africa. Sincerely speaking, for real, when we elect presidents to get into government, we elect them with many reasons. There are many reasons these guys are giving us so that we can be able to elect them into government. But everything, because many a times, many of them, when they want to get into government, when they want to pursue government, they come to us and then they tell us, you know, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we give them an opportunity to get into government so they can be able to deliver whatever they say they're going to do for us. But at the end of the day, everything we tell them, or maybe rather everything they tell us they're going to do when they get to government, they don't do it at all. They don't perform even a single one. They have never fulfilled their promises. Out of 100% of the leaders, of the politicians who are getting into government here in Africa, I would say maybe only 1% would deliver a quarter of what he said when he was in campaign. But the man here in the picture is Ibrahim TRAORE, a man who has, within a very short time of him in power, he has been able to do a lot of things that, sincerely speaking, other countries have been taking a very long time to do it. But within a very short time, a period of 1.5 years, or maybe a period of 2 years, because he assumed power in the year 2022, he took power 2022, and we are on 2023. And so whatever this guy has done, because it was on 30th September, so it is maybe a year and some months. He hasn't taken too long. But I want you to show you the things that Ibrahim TRAORE has been able to do within a very short time of his, within a very short period of his time in government, which many other leaders here in Africa, they have not been able to do, and they're not looking forward to do anything like that, because you see, these guys, they're manipulating us every day. They are lying to us so that they can be able to acquire government. So when they acquire government, they get into under the waters, and they pretend as if they never told us anything. They pretend as if they never gave us any promise. They never told us they're going to do anything. And when we try to look for them, we try to locate them, we can't find them. We will see them again when they're coming back to campaigns. And that is one thing that we really need to do away with it here in Africa. If we want to go far, we really need to do away with such kind of things if we want to go far. Because I know it is going to be very difficult if we are going to grow and develop our continent, if we are going to continue with the lies, if we're going to continue with the greediness that we are having, because these leaders, these politicians, they're very greedy. And simply because they're very greedy, that is why they cannot work for us. They cannot give us their best because of the greediness they have. So when they are greedy, they can easily be manipulated by the white countries, by the Europeans, to do whatever they want to do their interests, or to perform their interests in Africa. And they easily do that because their pockets have been taken care of. Their interests have been protected. So when their interests have been protected, they are being protected by the master. And so those people, they are their masters. So when they are protected, when their pockets have been actually kept well a little bit, they will sell us. They don't care. They will betray us. They don't care. I want you to listen to the achievements of Ibrahim Traore within a very short time. Within a very short time in government, this guy has been able to do a lot. Really, he has been able to do a lot. He took power in the year September 30th, 2022, which is a very short time. A very short time, and he has done things that I think, if we continue, if we can start doing whatever Ibrahim Traore is doing, bros, we are really going to be a very big continent, and we shall not even be addressed the way we are being addressed right now, because right now we are being addressed like kids. Our leaders, they are presidents, they are the presidents of the states here in Africa, but they are being summoned like kids. Yeah, he appealed for regional and international support. He has been able to appeal for regional and international supports. This is seeking regional alliances. So Traore has sought to build strangers' ties with other Sahelian countries facing similar security challenges, such as Mali and Niger. So these two countries have formed it's called the G5 Sahel. The G5 Sahel. So the G5 Sahel is a military alliance. Okay, and there has been a focus on a shared intelligence and counter-transparency efforts. Expanding relations with Russia. He has expanded relations with Russia, and I think it is high time we should now put in mind the issue of Russia, because I think Russia has got another mind. I don't know. I can't explain, because you don't judge a book by its cover, but I think they have a good faith. I don't know. So he has expanded relations with Russia. A notable shift in foreign public policy has been Burkina Faso's growing relationship with Russia. Traore has strengthened ties with Russia, particularly through the deployment of private military contractors, such as the Wana Group, which is believed to be providing support to the fight against jihadist insurgents. Okay. When I saw people criticizing when he said he's going to expand relations with Russia, but let me tell you something. I want to work. Ibrahim Traore is a kind of a guy who says, I want to work with those who align with me. I don't want to work with those people who are manipulating me to do something. I want to work with those people who are actually aligning with me. Those who want me, okay? Are you getting my point? Those who are listening to me. Whatever I say, I want, they should agree with it. They should be able to look at my interests. What do I want in my country? What do I want in my people? I want A, B, C, D. If our coming together, or rather, if our joining hands, if our relationship is going to help my people in a 1, 2, 3, 4 way, if my country is going to gain in 1, 2, 3, 4 way, I'm in with you. But the issue of manipulation, that I want you to do this, I want you to do this, I want you to do this, is something that Ibrahim Traore really cannot do. He can't accept that. Number 2, anti-Western sentiment and religion. Point number 1, exclusion of French troops. Are you getting that? And that was one of the most grateful thing that Ibrahim Traore did. Something that Africans leaders, Africans presidents, Africans head of states cannot do. They cannot do that. It is very difficult for them. I don't know what they fear sometimes, but I don't know. I cannot say, but they fear something there. I don't know. They fear death, or that, or what is it that they fear? Because this guy expelled the French troops. One of the Traore's early moves was the decision to expel French military forces from Burkina Faso. He told them, bros, I don't want to see you here. I don't want you to be in my country. I don't want you to stay in my country. This is my country, not your country. You have a France country right there. It is your country. That is a country that you need to stay. You need to be there, not to be in my Africa, in my land. He told them that in my land, I am the man to make decisions. I am the man to say. The say I give is what we go with, because this is my country. So the earliest things he did, He told them, bros, you have to leave my country. And there is nothing they could do because they were on a foreign land. They were on a land that wasn't belong to them. It never belonged to them. So they had to leave. We have military, the military troops, even military bases here in Kenya. US military bases in Kenya. What are they doing in Kenya? Why is it that Mr. President would never cannot wake up one day and say, now, I want these people to leave my country? And I know, I've been hearing stories, they want to add another US military base in Kenya. What is US military base doing in Kenya? This is Africa. This is Kenya. Can't we be like Ibrahim? The guy who wakes up and say, this is my country, man. I want to rule over my country. I want my country to be mine, to belong to me. My country should belong to the people of Burkina Faso, not to the people of France. What are the France people doing in my country? They have to leave. And guys had to leave. They went to their country. It's not a big deal. Can I ask you a question? Now that the France military left the country of Burkina Faso, has it fallen? Has Burkina Faso fallen? It hasn't fallen. Burkina Faso is still standing day by day. So it was one of the fastest moves to move the French military forces from Burkina Faso. So this came after rising anti-French sentiments, fueled by frustrations with the ongoing jihadist insurgency, and they perceived ineffectiveness of French-led counter-terrorism efforts in the Sahel. So this was part of the broader regional shift away from France, as seen in Mali and Niger. So they had to leave. Ending cooperation with France and ECOWAS. Ending cooperation with France and ECOWAS. Let me tell you something funny about these bodies. These bodies called ECOWAS and these bodies called, especially ECOWAS, these are administrations. These are actually administrations, These are these administrations that we enter because maybe we say we want to work on a certain thing. We want to work on maybe we want to work on 1, 2, 3 things. And so when we want to work on 1, 2, 3 things, we decide to, like for example, administration had distanced itself from France and the West African economic community, aligning more with Russia and other countries offering military support. So, you know, when we enter into these bodies, we are entering into these bodies like ECOWAS. We enter into these bodies because we want to engage in 1, 2, 3, or rather we want to get to discuss some issues or to get some maybe some favors or something like that. Things like development or rather things like those. But the problem is we realized recently that these bodies, they have been manipulated. These bodies are not fair. They are not actually bodies that are genuine anymore. They are bodies that are manipulated. Even African Union is a body that is manipulated. It's not a body that is it is actually being even, I don't know what to say, but you know, Africans, we have been actually taken as kids. We have been taken as people who cannot stand even for ourselves. That is the biggest problem we are having. The biggest problem we are having. You know, Ibrahim Traore is saying, if you're not going to work with me, you're not ready to be in my country. If you're not going to work with me, if you're not ready to work with me, you're not ready to be my friend. If you're not ready to work with me, you're not ready to work with me. And so, if you can't listen to me as a person, because Ibrahim Traore is the kind of person who says, you are a human being the same way I am a human being. And if you want to take 10, if the measure is 10, 5 belongs to you, 5 belongs to me. If we are going for this work and the payment is $100,000, $50,000 belongs to you, $50,000 belongs to me. He's not a kind of a person who says, now, I want to give you 70, I want to take $70 and I'm giving you $30. You see? And that is what Africa is going through. They manipulate us. They ask us to enter into these bodies. We go there, they press us. We come out with nothing, they go with everything. And we just assume we are okay. We are not okay. We're in a trouble. We're in problem. We're in a misfortune. We're in a predicament. We need to eliminate ourselves and to take ourselves, uproot ourselves out of that predicament. Because if you're going to continue like that, we are going to really face trouble. Number 4, domestic governance and political stability. He is stabilizing the political system of Burkina Faso. Stabilizing the political system of Burkina Faso. That is one of the most important things. Number 5, humanitarian concerns and internal displacement. Listen to this. Addressing the humanitarian. Listen to this. Crisis. Burkina Faso faces a massive displacement crisis with over 1 million people displaced due to the insurgency. Traore government has made efforts to provide aid and manage the humanitarian situations, though the ongoing conflict complicates these efforts. But he is trying to place his people again. This tells me this is a kind of a man, a kind of a guy who has got the interest of the people. And I'm telling you today, here in Africa, we don't have leaders who have got interests of people. They do not have interest. So as long as they're in power, you people, you need to work on yourself. They don't care. If you're going to die, you die. It's not their problem. If you're going to suffer, you go suffer. It's none of the business. They don't care. As long as they're in government, they just want to go there and do corruption and eat your money and take everything for them and leave you crying there without school fees, they don't care. But this guy, struggling so much to place the people who are displaced, this is a man who has got interests of people. Efforts to control the security. So Traore has made efforts to secure critical areas, including vital towns and regions that have been seized by insurgents, with the goal of improving access to humanitarian assistance and restoring stability. Number 6, focus on the national sovereignty. Emphasizes on national sovereignty reliance. Traore has promoted a vision of national sovereignty, urging the Burkinabe people to really to rely more on local resources and national strength to overcome the crisis. His government has been critical of foreign interference and has called for a return to self-sufficiency in the face of external pressures. Bros, focus on the internal resources. Let us focus on the internal resources. Why are we focusing on the internal resources? Because we are capable, because we have the resources. We have the resources within our countries. We have the resources within our boundaries. Let us focus on the internal resources, man. We don't have to import items. We don't have to import materials. We don't have to import things. We don't have to go for them so they can be able to bring things to us, so they can be able to consume them. No, we have the resources within our boundaries. Let us focus on the internal resources. If we want our countries to grow, we focus on the internal resources. Because we have the resources, man. They are right here with us. We are not using them. We are allowing France to come and take our resources back to their country. They go, they take the materials, they go, they make them, they manufacture them, they start selling to us. Why are they taking us as like kids? Why are they looking at us or seeing us as cheats? These resources, we have them here in our country. Let us focus on them. No importations, no exportations we have rules and regulations on exportations. If they want to come to a country and take something to their country, they have to follow rules and regulations. They have to buy. They have to bring something in return, not for free. I'm telling you, this is the king of Africa. He's the king here in Africa, the king of this continent. Who else has done that? Nobody else. Number 7. Economic challenges. Impact of the conflict on the economy. The ongoing insurgency has taken a heavy toll on Burkina Faso economy. Traore's government has faced the challenge of trying to stabilize the economy while dealing with the effects of the conflicts, which has disrupted agriculture, production, trade, and development. Have you seen how the guy has focused on agriculture? The guy is doing everything to make sure anything that can come out of Burkina Faso is coming out. Everything that wasn't coming out the time France was in their country is now coming out. He's doing everything to make sure that economy of that country must stand. It is his responsibility. He's a guy who understands the assignment. It is his responsibility to make. He is a kind of a leader that we want. He is a kind of a person that we want. He has proven himself to be the king of this continent, because out of many, he is the only one who is fighting fighting manipulation. He is the only person who is fighting the foreign countries. He's the only person who is not engaging, who isn't actually working with the foreign countries. He's the only person who has refused to take manipulation. And so this is a kind of a person that we want. This is a kind of a leader that we want in Africa. If in Africa we can get many leaders like IBRAHIM TRAORE, we are going to do something and we are going to change. Otherwise, if we are going to continue living like this, we are not going to do anything. We shall continue being the same over and over again. He's a guy who has done a lot within a very short time. A lot within a very short time. Talk of leading the coup. Talk of becoming transitional president. Talk of focusing on national security. Talk of relying on national unity. Talk of regional diplomacy. Talk of facing external and internal challenges without fear. Talk of all those things. IBRAHIM Traore's key achievement revolves around his rise in power through the 2022 coup in focusing on security and national unity, and his efforts to manage the complex political and security challenges facing Burkina Faso. However, his tenure has been marked by ongoing instability and challenges which will shape his legacy moving forward. This is a guy who has decided to work. He has just decided to work. He has said, I'm not going to impress someone else simply because if I don't impress them, they are going maybe to kill me. Or if I don't impress them, they are going to uproot themselves from my country. Yes, let them uproot themselves from my country. Because IBRAHIM Traore already knows he has everything he needs. He don't need any other person or anybody else to survive. He only needs himself to survive. And because he needs himself and his country to survive, he doesn't need them. IBRAHIM Traore has built a gold reserve bank in Burkina Faso, becoming the first country to have a gold reserve bank in their country. Africa, we are the miners, the greatest miners of gold. But we don't even have a single reserve gold bank. A new one, a recent one, is in Burkina Faso. The European countries, they do not mine gold, but they have a reserve. They have got a reserve. What is it? Gold reserve banks, but they do not mine gold. Where is that gold coming from? It is coming from Africa. These are things that are supposed to build Africa, but they're not building Africa. They are building foreign countries. The same foreign countries are the countries that are coming to tell us what to do, to sell things to us. Let us wake up, Africans. It is high time we should wake up. It is high time we should change. It is high time we should decide what do we want to do? Which kind of a life do we want to live? It is high time we decide. Let us focus on IBRAHIM Traore. He has recently proven himself that he is the king of Africa. And we want to have many kings in Africa. So we should strive, other leaders, other politicians, we should strive to be like IBRAHIM Traore. We should strive to start following his footsteps. It is not a must we do what he is doing, but do something good to your country. Do something positive to your country that people will look at it and they will say, indeed, this guy, indeed, this leader, indeed, this politician has done what his people want him to do. And Africa will be liberated. That is all we want. That is what we are praying for. Tell us in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think about Ibrahim Traore's achievement? He has achieved a lot. What do you think? Do you think Ibrahim Traore is the king in Africa right now, the king of Africa? Or what do you think? Because personally myself, I view him as a king of Africa. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need you as a subscriber. You are the person I need the most. Keep on subscribing and keep on tuning in all the time so that you can be able to get enough content. I am here for you. I'm here to actually make sure you are getting everything as it arises. I am a presenter always, all the times, Atamba Haiti, as always. Keep on working with me and keep on following me. Don't forget to subscribe to that YouTube channel. Your subscription is what I need. Adios.